What is going on? Welcome to another episode of the Risen Fallen podcast. I'm your host, Mark Hendrickson, and this is the podcast where you can expect open and authentic conversations about things like mental health and self-development and all of that good stuff. Basically, trying to get your life, back together, going in the right direction, working on the right path, and making yourself better one day at a time. Whether that's, in your personal life, your relationship, your work life, your hobbies, your financial life, your spiritual life, whatever it possibly could be. Like I said, it's basically revolving around self-development and mental health and feeling good, feeling better, a little bit better every single day of your life. And so if you're brand new to this podcast, that's what you can personally expect. If you're a returning listener or viewer, whether you're watching this on YouTube or you're listening to the podcast version of this, you are the reason that I do what I do. So thank you very much for coming in and joining us. And I hope your Thursday is going well. Happy Thursday. The week is almost over. We are grinding through this week. I hope that it's doing well, whether you're listening to this on Thursday morning when it drops on the podcast. Like the podcast platform, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, whatever you listen on, or if you're watching this in the evening on the YouTube channel, or maybe you're watching or listening to this at a completely other time, and it's like a Thursday, maybe that I guess that's today when this drops, or maybe it's Friday, Saturday, whatever day it is for you. I hope it's going well, whether it's the beginning of the week or the end of the week, or so I don't really know what I'm talking about there, but I hope that your day is going well. I hope that your week's going well. I hope that you're kicking ass and taking names, but, maybe you're not, and that's cool too. Sometimes we have some rough times. Sometimes we have some rough days. Sometimes those last for just a day. Sometimes those last for weeks. Sometimes those last for months. But one thing that can get you back on track is a routine. Now, a lot of people ask, should I have a morning routine? Should I have an evening routine? Should I have a weekend routine where I get myself back on track? And the answer is yes, you should. In whatever way that works for you. When it comes to routines, I think the best way to build a routine or get a routine going for yourself is figure out what will work for your life. There's a lot of things that a routine can be helpful for. In my eyes, it helps a lot with discipline. It helps a lot with accountability. It helps a lot with, keeping yourself consistent and keeping yourself on track with the things that you want to achieve. And so what should, when you think about, how your routine should be built, should it be in the morning time? Should it be in the evening time? Should it take an hour? Should it take 15 minutes? Should it take 3 hours? Should it take up half your day? The answer is whatever you can do consistently all the fucking time, because that is basically the only essential part of a routine, something that you can do routinely. And then the other question is, what should your routine entail? A lot of people that run like self-development, or they run like the entrepreneurial podcasts, they'll talk about morning routines and how they set their life up. A lot of people talk about a fitness routine. A lot of people talk about maybe a mindfulness routine, journaling, reading, fitness. It could have some meditation in there. And realistically, I think that your routine should be tailored to what you're currently working on improving in your life. I've had lots of different routines in my life. I've had quite a few different routines, and I find that my routine changes, every few months, depending on what goal I have at the time. And so when I was doing 75 Hard, my routine was pretty simple. It was just wake up consistently at the same time every single day and going for a run first thing in the morning to complete my outdoor workout. And that was so that I didn't miss my workouts. And, waking up at the same time every single day kept my energy levels and my, my mood and my, bedtimes consistent as well. So that helped me out with a ton of different things, from mental to physical health, and changed. It helped keep my appetite at the same time all the time as well, because I'm exercising and waking up at the same time all the time. But I think one of the key things to having a routine, there's a lot of different ways you can set it in stone, is to have the same, wake up and bedtime hours, roughly speaking, every single day of the week. A lot of people, they can keep a routine Monday through Friday or whenever their work week is, because they have to go to work and they get home at roughly the same time every single day, and they can kill it on that time. But once the weekend rolls around, maybe they stay up late, they sleep in late, and then once, Monday comes around or whenever their fucking work week starts, they feel this weird adjustment period where it takes like 1 or 2, sometimes 3 days just to adjust back to the work week. And then 2 or 3 days after, once your work week ends, you throw it off, you throw it off balance once again by staying up later and sleeping in later. And then your entire life is basically just trying to adjust to the changes that you're making consistently. It's kind of a weird way to think about it, consistently changing, but that is essentially how most people live their lives. And so the first step, I would say, if I were to break this down into simple steps, the first step I would say to maintaining a routine is basically just wake up and go to bed at the exact same time every single day. I'd say the second thing that I would include in a morning routine or an evening routine, whenever you find the best time, I find the best time to have a routine is in the morning, because it kind of sets the tone for my day. I guess I should talk about the benefits to having a routine as well. The benefits to having a routine, especially in the morning, is it sets the tone for your day. It sets your energy levels, it sets your mood, it sets your intentions, it sets your entire day up for success. Currently, my routine is that I wake up around 4 o'clock every single day, sometimes 4:05, sometimes 4:10, but pretty much 4 o'clock every single day. I wake up, I do a set of push-ups, I make my coffee, I do another set of push-ups, I pour my coffee, I do another set of push-ups, I brush my teeth and kind of get my head on straight, do another set of push-ups, and then another set of push-ups. 5 sets of push-ups in the morning. I journal to get my brain kind of in the right spot. I do a recap of the day before, kind of talk about with myself what I want my day ahead of myself to look like. And then once I dump all my thoughts and intentions and gratitude out onto a piece of paper, I do some reading. I do a little bit of reading. Right now I'm reading a novel, but a lot of the time I'm reading nonfiction, but I like to mix it up every now and then. So currently my routine is 5 sets of push-ups, journaling, and then reading. Pretty simple, gets my blood going, gets my mind active, and then input some good information. I do all of this as well as not touching my phone. That's the only other part of my routine, is to not touch my phone. Again, that comes to the intention of, not letting all of the exterior things in the world, all of the drama, all of the anxiety, all of the stress, all of the dopamine rushes of social media and emails and any other notifications that I might get. I try and push all of those things to as far into my day as possible. I don't want to have those things enter my brain in the very beginning of the day and interfere with how I start my day. I want to be able to start my day with the good intentions, with good things coming into my brain and good energy. So currently that's the routine that's working for me. It takes me about an hour to do. I wake up, do my push-ups, and then I'm starting to sip some coffee, and then I journal and I read. So pretty simple. 3 different things. Get my blood flowing, get my brain moving, and inputting some good stuff in there as well. So the outflow of information and the outflow of thoughts, and then the input of a good book. Pretty simple. It's I like to keep my routines short. I don't like to have I've had it in the past years of my life. Excuse me. I've had it in past years of my life where my morning routine takes me like fucking 2 hours, 3 hours. And if you got the time, go for it. But for me, I live a pretty busy life, and I feel like a lot of other people do as well. I feel like an hour to have your little morning setup is an easy sacrifice to make sure that the rest of your day goes according to plan. And, part of the journaling as well is I make a little fucking checklist of things that I need to do throughout the day so that I know when I go to bed, if I complete all of those things, then it was a good fucking day. So I feel like that's a pretty solid morning routine for myself. You can use that as a template for yourself, and maybe swap out some of the, if you don't want to do push-ups, maybe include a walk, maybe include a jog, maybe include some sit-ups, maybe you want to make a full workout out of it. And I do usually have, well, I do every single day have a full workout as well later on in the day, but I feel like just having the push-ups in the morning, it's something to get my blood flowing. It's something additional to my workout that just kind of keeps me feeling like, yeah, I'm a motherfucking badass. That's what I feel like when I do a bunch of push-ups in the morning. Like if you do push-ups first thing in the morning, you're going to feel like a fucking badass. And so that's my morning routine. I feel like keeping a morning routine is essential for me and my own mental health. Because, like I said, it keeps you consistent. It keeps you kind of, if you're waking up at the same time every single day, you're going to bed at the same time every single day, then your sleep pattern is going to be fucking locked. And that is essential for keeping your brain and your body healthy. Everybody knows that. Some people will talk about, oh, I don't need fucking sleep. I don't need the fucking 8 hours of sleep or 7 hours of sleep. Whatever you feel like is the best for you. They can function well off of 4 hours, 5 hours. But, I mean, science has come through. If you need to read a book on sleep, you can include that in your reading. Why We Sleep by Dr. Matthew Walker is a great fucking book, and it should open your eyes. And honestly, it should scare you into sleeping 8 hours a fucking night because of all the fucking negative impacts that the lack of sleep will give your hormones, your brain health, and your body health as well. Your gut health, everything. Everything is tied down to your sleep routine. And so that brings us to evening routines. Evening routines are essential as well because if you don't have a good evening routine, you don't treat your body well at night, then you're not going to be able to get a good sleep. Some of the things that I include in my evening routine is I try and keep everything dark. I usually go to bed at around 8, 8:30, 9 o'clock. That's usually like my cutoff time. Sometimes I have to push it back a little bit further if I'm working a little bit late on some stuff for the podcast, but usually my in a perfect world, my evening routine consists of, again, a little bit of reading, a little bit of journaling, a recap of my day. I try not to look at any screens past 7 o'clock, which is, again, another thing that I feel like disrupts my sleep. I don't want to have any social media at night because it fucking fires me up. It either makes me super happy or super angry or super anxious. The social media algorithms are meant to play off of those heightened emotions. And so if I'm on social media at night, I know I'm not going to have a good sleep. It's going to leave me thinking about things and make me want to fucking keep going and plugged into the algorithm and consistently consuming things. The other thing is obviously the blue light, which fucking penetrates your retinas, and then that doesn't allow your sleep hormones to actually activate properly. I'm not a doctor, but that's my understanding of it. And I like to just dim all the lights in my house. My girlfriend gets mad at me all the time. She's like, it's so fucking dark in here. That's simply because I feel like that puts me in the mood to go to bed, is when I have everything dim and dark and getting ready to go to bed. So I try and avoid screens. I leave my phone charging in my office here. I don't fucking sleep with it next to me. I have an alarm clock that wakes me up early in the morning, and I don't touch my phone until I'm done my morning routine. So I turn my phone completely into like a sleep focus mode. If you have an iPhone, you can use a focus mode. And I fucking leave it aside. And I fucking don't touch it until the morning time when I'm done my morning routine. So my morning routine and my evening routine are very similar, except for the exercise at night. I don't like to exercise at night just because it wakes me up and gets my blood flowing, and then it makes me excited. And then I find it tough to go to sleep after a workout. So morning routines and my evening routine are actually pretty similar now that I think about it. It involves reading and journaling. That's pretty much it. My evening routine takes me like fucking 20 minutes to do. Like a quick fucking recap of the day. Yes, this got completed. Tomorrow I need to work on this because I didn't do it today. That's done. And then I read for like 20 minutes, which makes me like fucking tired as hell. So then I just go to sleep. I brush my teeth. I fucking put on a humidifier beside me because it helps me breathe at night. And that's that. No fucking lights on. No fucking sounds. I've had to use earplugs before, but that's pretty much it. But at the end of the day, your routine doesn't have to be the exact same as mine. Your routine doesn't have to fucking be the exact same as anybody else's. Your routine has to be something that works for you, something that you can do on a daily basis to, again, instill that discipline in yourself, instill that kind of feeling of, yes, this day is going to be a fucking great day. This day is going to be a success. Or your evening routine can kind of be a recap of that. Yes, this day was a success, or no, you know what? Today was an absolute failure. And not take that to heart and think, oh, because today was a failure, I'm a failure. Take it as a lesson, as today was a failure, and this is the reason why, and this is what I can do to prevent it in the future. Again, that comes back to the negative visualization that we just recently talked about on the podcast. If you didn't listen to that episode, go back and fucking listen to it. You'll enjoy that. But the ability to kind of look back and reflect on your day as well. I think that these kind of routines will help keep you consistent. It'll keep your energy levels consistent. It'll keep your mood consistent. It'll keep your sleep consistent. It'll keep your nutrition consistent. And if you can keep all of those things consistent, your life will be pretty fucking consistently awesome and you'll feel fucking good. So, couple of fucking FAQs when it comes to routines. No, I don't think your routine has to be fucking 2 hours long, 3 hours long, and 4 or 5 hours long. It doesn't have to include fucking 6 different things like fucking meditation. It doesn't have to include prayer if that's something that you do. It doesn't have to include all of those different things, though those things are great. It just has to include what you're trying to focus on at that moment in time. I'm consistently worried about my fitness. That's something that I always want to focus on, so I include that in my morning routine. I think that that's a very standout, your fitness levels and your fitness routine are intricately tied into your mental health, and I've always kind of viewed that to be true, so it's an important factor for me to include into my morning routine. The reading and journaling keep me accountable to just reviewing my day, to review my thoughts, and to be 100% transparent. It keeps me off my phone, which I feel like is a huge source of my anxiety and stress levels, so I try and stay away from it in the morning and at nighttime. That's fucking work stuff, so I do it during working hours. Other things that can help you with your routine, fucking turn your notifications off. Like I said, if you have an iPhone, fucking use that focus mode. Use it during the mornings, use it during the evenings. You don't need notifications coming at you at night. Most things are not that urgent and important as we are led to believe. You don't need to reply to things right away unless it's completely urgent. And if it is, it's not coming in the form of a notification. It'll come in the form of a phone call. And most of the times, even phone calls can just be returned the next morning if that's necessary. If it's 100% urgent, they'll give you a ring and you can pick up your phone and you can talk then and then get off the phone and fucking do whatever you need to do. But most things aren't urgent. And I feel like that's something that needs to be said as well. That could be an episode in and of itself. But when you're building a routine, it should be something that you can do every single day without fucking failure, with 100% execution. There shouldn't be alterations in it. You can add things to it here and there if you need to. Like, hey, you want to add a little bit of an extension on your workout on the weekend? Fucking feel free to do that. But your routine should be something that you can do every single day of your life, waking up at the same time every single day, and just being able to do this thing. Like I said, it's not only going to bring you consistency in every area of your life, but it's going to bring you a little bit more discipline. It's going to bring you a little bit more accountability. And most of the time, the things that you're going to include in your morning routine and your evening routine are going to be things that make you feel better about yourself, whether it's an improvement in your reading level, an improvement in your reflection, whether you're journaling, you're recapping your day, or you're setting intentions for your day, whether you're doing that in the morning or at night. If you include fitness, if you include mindfulness, if you include prayer or meditation, if you include any of those things, all of those things are going to help you develop physically, mentally, spiritually, fucking in any way possible. And all of those things are going to compound into your self-development in the form of confidence and self-esteem. And so if you can pull this off, if you can make a routine that you can do every single day, whether it takes you 15 minutes or an hour, you're going to be improving your life. Now, the other thing I want to talk about with, routines, whether it's a morning routine or an evening routine, a lot of the times people want to use, someone else to include in their routine as well, whether it's a workout buddy, an accountability buddy, maybe meeting your friend at a cafe to do work, whatever it could be. I strongly recommend that your routine is something that you can do every single day, but also something that you can do by yourself. You're going to need to carve out a little bit of alone time. The reason being is that most of the time, your life is not going to perfectly align with other people's lives as well. And if you're consistently trying to create a routine based around someone else's life, you're always going to have 1,000,001 excuses on why you didn't execute your routine 100% every single day. Now, are there times where other people can join you for your routine? Absolutely. But your routine needs to be, you have to be able to execute it every single day, regardless of if your fucking partner comes along, your friend comes along, your mom comes along, your dog comes along, your grandma comes along, your fucking phone comes along. You need to be able to execute on it every single fucking day, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, whether you're on vacation, you're at fucking home, you're at fucking work, whatever it could be. You're at an Airbnb, whatever it could fucking be. You need to be able to execute on it every fucking single day. So that's the only other thing I'll say. It has to be something that you can execute on every single day, that you will be focused on making your life better one day at a time. The other benefits to these as well is it will perfectly display the compound effect of doing the same thing every single fucking day and increasing your ability to do that thing by 1% every single day, because you're going to be able to look back. And if it includes journaling, it includes reading, it includes fitness routine like running or push-ups or anything like that, you're going to be able to look back and say, 3 months ago in 5 sets of push-ups, I was able to do 100 push-ups. Now I'm able to do 200 push-ups or 300 push-ups. That's fucking awesome. Your physique's probably going to change, but also your ability just to be able to do the things that you're looking to do will improve as well. You're going to be able to look back at all the books that you've completed, all the journals you've filled, and reflect back on the thoughts that you had or the feelings you had reading those books or the things you've learned. It's a beautiful thing to be able to look back and see your progress and the things that you've been able to accomplish when doing these things. Maybe your morning routine includes like something that you do with work. Maybe it includes making a blog post. Maybe it includes editing your podcast. That's what my morning routine used to include. And those things, like I said, will make your day 100% better. That's a mathematical fact. I did the calculations on it, because you're going to be taking care of the things that you normally take care of during the day in the morning, and then you're going to create some more free time for yourself. So for people that say that, you don't have time to do things, I'm willing to bet that you can wake up an hour earlier and take care of some extracurricular business and a side hustle or something like that. And you'll be able to find time to accomplish the goals that you have in your life that you don't even feel like you have time for, because you're too busy, not waking up at the right time, because you're not going to bed at the right time, because you're on your fucking phone all night. So ditch your phone, go to bed, wake up early, and take care of the shit that you want to fucking accomplish, because your life will fucking improve 127%. So that's a mathematical fact. I'm an absolute mathematical genius, super big brain guy with great math skills. So if you're looking to improve your life by 127%, do a fucking morning routine. Get a fucking routine that you can do every single day and watch your life fucking improve. So I thought I would just share that, guys, with you today. And I'm interested to hear about your routines. So if you've got a morning routine or an evening routine, does it take you 45 minutes? Does it take you 15 minutes? Does it take you 5 minutes? Does it take you an hour? Does it take you 3 hours? Do you do it Monday through Friday? Do you do it 7 days a week? What's your morning routine look like? Let me know in the comments below. Reach out to me on Instagram as well. You can reach me at Risen Fallen as well. We do have the mental health group. We do in-person meetups every single weekend. The weekends that we don't meet up in person, we have a Zoom call so we can just kind of recap our weeks and chat there. The Risen Fallen group also has a Telegram group, so we have daily conversations and we basically get to chat about our days throughout the day. Sometimes people will share quotes. Sometimes people will share videos, podcast episodes, that kind of stuff. So if you want to get involved in that group, let me know. Reach out to me on Instagram and I'll throw you in it. And you can make your life better one day at a time. And as well as that, you'll be able to fucking help lift others up along the way. So that's kind of a beautiful thing as well. That's all I got for today. Hope you're doing well. Hope the week's going well. Hope everything's treating you well. And if it's not, go out and fucking make someone smile. I guarantee you that'll make your life better. That's all I got. Much love and peace out, you beautiful fucking human beings. I love you all.